The biggest loss of power is through trauma. Okay. Now, what happens when we experience, sorry, my dog's barking. What happens when we experience trauma, whether in this lifetime or previous lifetimes? Okay. It takes a piece of our soul puzzle and it dumps it on that timeline, which is why the CTT is so effective when you're doing the past life powerhouse sessions, right? So we lose every time we lose a piece of our soul puzzle, we lose a piece of our power, because by stealing our soul puzzle from us through a traumatic event, you're also stealing our joy. You're replacing it with confusion. You're replacing it with sadness. Anytime dark emotions are coming in, negative emotions, that takes our power away as well, right? So does that, do you all understand that?
It does make sense. Yes, I'd say that you lack cohesion. I mean, it like the DNA unraveling, it develops a stepping stone that is a distraction or a diversion from your true path and sows confusion.
Right, exactly. So confusion is a huge loss of power, right? And how do we get confused? Well, we get confused because we are manipulated. We're manipulated by many different sources, propaganda, bogus news sources, fake news. We get manipulated in many, many different ways. We are manipulated in relationships where, for those of you that are unfortunate to be in a position that you're in a relationship with a narcissist, their biggest tool is manipulation and confusion, right? You don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea. You're hounding me. You're this, you're that, blah, 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 right? And so that confusion is huge. Oftentimes, people will sit in relationships because they're blaming themselves. Oh, it's my fault that this person behaves the way that they do. If they were with someone else, they wouldn't behave this way. I'm not worthy. And on it goes, right? And when they come through to the CTT, they realize that, hey, the problem isn't within me. The problem is with the other person. And I'm taking back my power, right? We lose our power, as some of you witnessed, by giving over our power to techies. If you're not tech savvy and you have to rely on somebody else to do all your tech work for you, right? You've lost your power. They have complete control over you. So you better believe that whoever has that key, your technological key, right, is legit, because if not, they can take you down, and you all know what I'm talking about. So we lose our power in many, many different ways. Another way we lose our power is through health. If you don't have optimum health, right, you start to lose your power. What happens to an elderly person when they start to get frail or have significant health problems? Well, they start to lose their independence. They start to lose their security, as in, some of them won't want to go out of the house without somebody else accompanying them because they're scared of falling. They're scared of, maybe a health event will happen to them. And the more and more you give into these health events, the more you lose your power as well. So there's lots of ways we lose power. Does anyone have anything in particular that they would like to focus on with regards to this loss of power?
I think that's great. No, that makes a lot of sense. I'm ready for it. I was thinking about cryptos too when you mentioned it too, that we all sort of place our faith in that, but we're at the mercy of whatever the market does. It's almost like, here, take it,
Yeah.
do something with it. It's like the absolute description of what we plan for, but we're just letting it ride and hoping for the best with really no plan of action to create anything other than confusion and sadness.
Well, and that's another way you give over your power as well. Listen, these past few days, I have done readings on more crypto scams than I care to count. And I promise you that, because I have the little 3-question ask Liz option now and the 1-question ask Eric option on the website. Why did I do that? Well, because when I appear on Channeling Eric, because I'm already so booked out, and guys, I usually it's going to be in March soon, which is way too far out into the future, right? I just feel like I should shut my calendar off. But anyway, so that 3-question option and that 1-question option allows people to get, something very immediate answered without having to pay for a $300 reading. Now, it's very limited, the 1 and 3 question, but I can't tell you how many scams I got asked about this weekend. For instance, in order to pull your Bitcoin out, you need to have insurance to make sure it goes from one wallet to the other. So the insurance is going to cost you, I don't know, $80,000. Or if you need to pull your Bitcoin out, you're going to have to pay the fees up front. And the fees are, $150,000, $200,000. I mean, scam, scam, scam. Okay. And they had invested with somebody to trade their Bitcoin for them. And apparently they made tons and tons and tons of Bitcoin. But in order to pull your Bitcoin out, now they need another $150,000, $200,000. Okay. Wrong, 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 wrong. And it was just one scam after another. And the crypto will teach you some extremely hard lessons in life, right? First of all, you're trading on pure emotion. You're not trading with any sort of strategy at all. Second of all, you're giving your power over to a non-existent sort of entity. So it's not something that you can physically hold in your hand. Now, I agree the stock market is the same, but the stock market is so regulated. So there is some security in that. With crypto, it's just, here you go. I'm throwing some money at this and hoping for the best. Now, yes, you can make a lot of money out of crypto. I totally agree with that. Okay. And I've known people that have made a lot of money out of crypto, but you can also lose a lot of money in crypto. And to the point where that regulation part of, the stock market, which doesn't apply to crypto, you will not be able to recover your money. So it's pretty bad. Another thing I got asked about over the weekend, Bitcoin Black. Bitcoin Black had very high hopes. Now, the question was, how come when Crypto Viewing did a session on Bitcoin Black that they got really positive results a few years ago? And this is all to do with the technicalities of remote viewing. Ronan, you can help me with this. So it just so happens, and I know this on the inside, that one of the owners of Bitcoin Black, was closely involved with crypto viewing, meaning they knew him. They talked to him on a regular basis, and
Dun, dun, dun.
they finally decided to do a session. So what do you think happened? Okay, they were given a double blind target. But what I have noticed is when you are given a double blind target, your body and your psychic ability will take the path of least resistance. So what do you think the path of least resistance was there for that session, Ronan? What do you think it was?
Well, if the tasker's asking you how it's going to do, they're excited about it, and they they have no bias. So the viewers are going to see their excitement and their enthusiasm regardless of the reality. And it depends on the cue. You can circumvent taskers, enthusiasm if you set up a cue correctly. But I always teach
Mhm.
people don't know how to write their own cues, even for blind
Right.
sessions, and that will pollute every single bit of your data.
Right. But exactly. So it probably was a double blind session, right? Let's give them the benefit of the doubt where the tasker was double blind and the viewers were double blind. However, as they're doing the session, the body or the mind somewhere in there will know, hey, this is about Bitcoin Black. I know. Instead of having to extend a signal line all the way into the matrix to get the answer, we're just going to naturally form the strand to the owner of the coin who we know so well. And they're picking up that information from him. Okay. That you have to know how these signal lines work. And that is part of the reason I don't do blind taskings anymore. Now, that's just me. It doesn't mean that you should do should not do double blind taskings. But my thing is, I don't have a problem where my signal line goes. I can place the signal line where I'm very lucky in that way. Okay. But even if you know the person, you're going to pull the information from the person and not from where the it actually needs to land. And that's what I always say when you're doing readings for people. Okay. Now, it is very rare that I do readings for my very, very close friends. Why? Because I'm too emotionally involved in them. Okay. So I know what they want to hear. I can pick up, I'm so well connected to them. I can pick up on what they want to hear, what they want me to say, and what they feel about the situation. Therefore, I'm actually going to put in my own emotions into that reading, and I may give them a wrong outcome. So, those of you that are pulling tarot cards for yourself, you're doing pendulum work for yourself. I never do readings for myself, ever, ever. Why? Because I know what I want to hear. And so whenever you're trying to do a reading on someone who's close to you, it rarely works. And that, I believe, that's my philosophy, my theory, is what happened to that Bitcoin Black session that Crypto Viewing put out. Okay. Mentally or connected energetically, they were too closely connected. Therefore, they bloody well formed their signal line to him and his hopium as opposed to what they actually needed to pull the information from. So there you go. There's my 2 cents. But so that's what I had been dealing with all weekend is scam after scam after scam after scam in the crypto world. And I very rarely hear or have anybody come through for readings because I do get people that invest in the stock market as well. And hand on heart, I've never had somebody come through with the stock market question that has been scammed ever. Now, there's always a first time for everything, but I've been doing this a long time, right? I've been doing readings for I don't know how many years, more than a decade now. And so, anyway, so we lose our power through scams. We lose our power through trauma. We lose our power through, you know, hopium that clouds your judgment as well. You lose your power in relationships, you lose your power in your work environment. It's just lots of different ways we lose our power. And we've also lost power through the lifetimes. Okay, so all those traumatic events that we've experienced in previous lives, again, as we know now from doing this, I guess this is our third or fourth session, that those things stay in their DNA. They're buried in there somewhere and they energetically attract the re-triggering event in this lifetime. So we either have to experience it all over again, or we're the witness, or we're the perpetrator. So let's work on removing our power today. And if that's good with everybody, sorry, removing our power. Whoa, that was a slip.
Regaining our
Regaining our
power,
power.
regaining our power and
Yeah.
recognizing those distracting impediments so that we can make course corrections so they don't affect us in the future.
Ooh, I like course correction. I like that. Okay. So let's open. And for those of you that may be new here today, let me just look at our friend list.
Everyone's old.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
you're not old, but you're old friends, dear friends. You're not old.
I feel old. No, I think we may have a couple of newbies here. Okay, so Ronan, would you please explain how to tap?
We're tapping bilaterally. Just imagine yourself like I say like Dracula going to sleep, where your arms are crossed in front of you and you're tapping bilaterally on your right hand is tapping on your left tricep and your left hand is tapping on your right tricep. And you can do it in a cadence of alternatively, or you can tap 1, 2, 3, 1. I forget, you can't see me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And you're just repeating after me with Liz to remove these impediments. And it's realigning your DNA and taking out all the past negative energy that's trapped within you and your DNA. It's an accelerated EFT technique, or emotional freedom technique, created by George Dusman. And how is George, by the way?
George, I have tried to call him this weekend. Unfortunately, he's in a rehab facility because he had to have surgery, and it's a residence. It's like the communal residence phone, and I
Oh,
keep calling, and some old man answers the phone and says, "Hello," and I said, "Hi, can I speak with George?" George. And then you can hear him moving his walker, right? So he goes to wherever it is, and he's taking the phone, and he's got the walker, and he's going, "George, George," and he'll come back to the phone. You'll hear his walker come back, and then he comes back to the phone. He goes, "Ma'am, I can't find him," and I just feel so bad because I can hear this man
well,
struggling to
he's
go.
given his all. So
He is, but I just feel so bad because I'm like, oh gosh, I've made that poor old man travel down the hallway looking for George. And I mean, because it takes a good 5-10 minutes, guys. This isn't just like a few second event. You can hear him going through the hall like ka-chung, ka-chung. Right. And then you can tell when you can hear him shout George. And then you can tell when he's on his way back, ka-chung, ka-chung. So I haven't been able to get hold of George this weekend, unfortunately. I'm going to try and call early in the morning. That may be a better time. Okay, let's go ahead and open. We're going to open with, and for those of you that are new that can't tap on your arms, like if you may have a disability or something, that's okay. You can tap on your legs, okay? And if you can't do that, because I've had CTT sessions where somebody's been completely disabled and they can't do that, tap your feet, roll your head. You can do whatever you want to do, or you don't have to do any movement. You can just follow along. All right, let's open. There's a part of all of us that knows how to.
there's a part of all of us that knows how to
Easily and joyfully manifest.
easily and joyfully manifest
An optimum etheric pyramid.
an optimum etheric pyramid,
As well as
an
optimum Faraday cage
Faraday cage
for the protection and empowerment of each one of us.
for the protection and empowerment of each one of us.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep joy now.
And deep joy now.
So let's all take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
All right, we're going George Duzman style today. Treasures. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
the ability to see, recognize, and use
the abilities to see, recognize, and use
the treasures in and all around us.
the treasures in and all around us.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. And we're going to enjoy those treasures as well. So not only are we going to optimally see, recognize, use, but we're also going to enjoy them. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Now I feel good after that. Now, this is a thing that I've added, a modification I've added. We're going to activate our spirit teams, okay? And it's a shame because I haven't been able to get a hold of George to tell him about this new modification. I know he would love it. All right. There's a part of all of us that know how to
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
the optimum activation
the optimum activation
of all of our spirit teams
of all of our spirit team
that will facilitate the removal
that will facilitate the removal and repair
and repair any and all dark energy.
any and all dark energy.
They'll send it into the spirit world,
They will send it into the spirit world,
transmute it,
transmute it,
and then the good white light karma will then disperse into the universe.
and then good white light karma will be dispersed into the universe.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us and them now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us and them now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. And we're going to send a big thank you in advance to our spirit teams because they're going to help us out today. So thank you. Spirit teams consist of guides, angels, ancestors, loved ones in spirit, whoever can help us because they want to help. They do. They love making the connection to us. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Ooh, all right. So now let's sorry, I'm looking at the chat. You guys kill me in the chat. Oh, somebody had a dream last night. They couldn't get fuel. Oh, lots of yawning. Yawning is good. Okay, let's work on taking back our power. All right, let's go. There's a part of all involved that knows how to
There's a part of all involved that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
the optimum unlocking of our DNA
the optimum unlocking of our DNA
so we can control the flow
so we can control the flow
during this session
during this session
where we remove blockages and dark energy
where we remove blockages and dark energy
and we replace it with white light and positive fulfillment.
and we replace that with white light, and positive fulfillment.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission,
Healing, information, permission,
and deep relief and joy now.
and deep relief and joy now.
So let's take a deep breath. And we're going to open up so that we can facilitate our own miracles. We're not going to rely on others to create our miracles for us. We're going to try and create them ourselves. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Oh, goodness me. We are working hard this morning. Just a little announcement to tell you guys, I'm so excited about this project I'm going to take in the new year. I'm going to work with a family who has an autistic boy, and we're going to see if the CTT can rewire that boy's brain, their
Wow.
child's brain, and try to diminish some of this autism. Now, I don't know how many times it's going to take, but just know if that works, right? You heard it here first. All right. So and it was I've been wanting to do this for a while, actually. That was my idea. I've been trying to, I needed to work with a family that can write down all the symptoms and things that they display, that are hindering them, because there's different spectrums, various areas on the spectrum where somebody's high functioning, somebody's low functioning. I feel like this kid's really middle of the road, not high, not low. And the father is a stay-at-home dad to look after this his child, and it's hard. Anybody who has or knows somebody that has an autistic child, it can be very difficult. So if this works, and I don't know how many sessions it's going to take, we're just going to keep rolling with it and see what improvements are made. Now, obviously, if there's no massive improvement after probably about 6 sessions, then we'll just say, okay, it's not going to work. But if it does work and we keep going with it, I mean, seriously, I wouldn't be surprised if the floodgates open, because the reason I was so interested in this child was because they actually take their child to this therapy anyway, which is some sort of frequency therapy that tries to rewire the brain on behalf of the child. So I don't know exactly how that works, and maybe you guys have been exposed to that. If you have, drop it in the chat. But they put something on the brain that tries to penetrate it, the brain connections with this frequency, and rewire it. And so he was telling me about it. I was like, well, wait a minute. CTT rewires the brain anyway, right? Because if you experience this tingling sensation on your head or tingling in the body elsewhere, because the brain not only is just connected inside the head, the brain makes connections all over the body, right? It's all these neurological signals, the back and forth all the time. So if you're feeling tingling in your feet, your legs, wherever, just know that that's your body rewiring. So I think it's going to be an interesting experiment.
Yeah,
I
younger
don't know how.
brains are very pliable too. So hopefully you can help remediate it and, set it in the direction to begin healing while it's still young, or he's still young.
Exactly, because you have to catch the brain. I mean, look, we can do a lot of work with those now, but the best thing that you can do for a child or even a young adult before those, because once you hit 40, right, you're set in your ways. It's and even marketing experts, marketing research experts know that They know to target the audience below the age of 40, because once you hit 40, your mind is already made up, right? It's very difficult to make a sale for a new product for somebody who's over the age of 40, unless it's specifically catered to that age group. Other than that, all your marketing, all your buying, your compulsive buying is done really under the age of 40. And so they know that. And I agree with that. As far as the brain is solid at 40. And then once it starts to become elderly and you get an elderly brain, then it becomes more malleable again, because why? Your defenses are low. Okay. Now, as a child, and I will admit freely that I have done CTT sessions for my own children, for children or people that are young. Yeah, like Ronan said, it's so much more malleable. So anyway, that's our experiment. Okay, let's take our power back. All right. I'm just so excited about that experiment. I hope to God it works. Spirit just said it will. All right. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
the taking back of our power and
the,
control
the taking back of our power and control
and anything else that we need
I didn't catch that.
and anything else that we need
Oh, and anything else that we need
to positively facilitate our regain of this power and control.
regaining this power and control.
Yeah. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Okay, if any of you got any negatives during that round of tapping, please drop them in the chat. What did you get, Ronan?
Earlier I got, before we started this image of a film strip burning. And so I don't know if that's relevant to today, but I was seeing that like you get stuck and it creates this imprint or burn, like it's old school film when you're running an old like Super 8 film and it stops and the light burns it. That was the image that I got before we started today.
And that is a very interesting signal that you received that says to me that this is so possible, right? Because, you know, the film strip is first of all, it symbolizes of something that was, you know, way back in the day. So I think that would be representative of our past lives. That's what I'm getting through. And the fact that we're burning that film strip and we're creating our new movie, our new film, right? And oftentimes our souls, and there's actually one person on here today that I know can confirm this, our souls have been stuck in this survival of the fittest, right? Most of our lifetimes, this existence that we have now with computers and money and technology and all that stuff, that's relatively new. Biodynamic farming, okay. Most of us have had these lifetimes where, you know, it was all about survival. We had to hunt our own food, we had to grow our own food. Men, really alpha males, and of course we've all been males and females and whatever, but men I find have been in a lot of wars, and so their soul is still stuck in battle, right? But the conscious mind is trying to live in 2022 and it just isn't working. So the soul is like pulling them back, pulling them back, pulling them back all the time. And then you have this war that goes on between the conscious mind and the soul. The conscious mind is wanting to go streets ahead, light years ahead with today's society. Yeah, the soul is like, oh no, wait, we're still in battle. You got to come back here. You're going to get us killed. And my mission is to make sure A, we stick to the soul path, and B, that you live as long as possible. Okay. So that's where you end up in this war with your soul. And you really, if you want to just try, and if you feel that internally, like something's wrong with me and I don't know what it is, you can always tap for optimum alignment each day. So you would say, there's a part of me that knows how to easily and joyfully manifest optimum alignment all throughout the day, starting now, all throughout the day. That part of my being is willing to inform the rest of me now. So that phrase, part of my being is willing to inform the rest of me now, it's going to touch your soul, right? I would strongly advise you not to change the wording. The wording has been carefully thought about and gone over many times. So that part of my being is willing to inform the rest of me now. And then you can do that every day, and you can have this optimum alignment. Now, what came through very strongly for me, or from the group here today, or even somebody who's possibly listening that isn't in the group today, is my life feels so out of control. I don't know how this would ever work. So let's tap on that. Did we have anything dropped in the chat?
No, I didn't see any other issues. Just
Oh, sensation, itching. Okay, that itching right there between your eyebrows and your, okay, so oftentimes the CTT will get that third eye buzzing. Okay, so don't be scared of that. It's just buzzing, 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 and it'll sharpen your intuition. CTT will do that, especially when we're working in a large group like this, because the energy is compounded. Okay, so yeah. All right. And if you're tired and yawning, that's a good sign. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
there's a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal.
let go and heal.
My life is so out of control.
My life is so out of control.
I feel completely powerless.
I feel completely powerless.
It was designed very badly.
It was designed very badly.
I've had too many bad events happen to me.
I've had too many bad events happen to me.
I've just accepted this is the way it's going to be.
Just expect that this is the way it's going to be.
And there's nothing I can do to change it.
And there's nothing I can do to change it.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission.
Healing, information, permission.
And deep relief now.
And deep relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. And I'm asking our spirit teams to take away all that negative, dark energy, heal it, send it up into the spirit world, transmute it back into white light, positive energy, good karma, back into the universe. Okay, repeat after me. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Aha, this is a good one. Okay, you guys ready? So what came through in that one is God is in control. I have no control over this. God is in control. Okay, I somewhat agree with that. However, it's the God within you that is in control. We all have God within us. We all originated from God, from source, whatever higher power you believe you came from. We all have that within us, and we actually designed our life path to come down here. Now, it was given a seal of approval by, a higher spiritual being in the spirit world. And once that was approved, we came down here and now we're living out this design. But what came through very strongly for me was, from the group or from whoever's listening, which is, I don't have control. This is kind of crazy. I have zero control over my life. I can't do this. This is not possible because God is in full control. Okay. But actually, it's the God within you that is in full control. So let's tap on that. Anything else did anybody get? What did you get, Ronan?
Oh, I just saw this imagery of a pearl inside of an oyster. So as you open up, you recognize and see that you are that jewel inside.
Treasures in and all around us, my friends. Yes. So that would indicate that that's possibly a bullseye right there. Okay. And that's what we do when we go through the CTT. We're looking for the bullseye. All right, let's let this go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal
let go and heal
this impossible framework
this impossible framework
that has been laid down so deep within us.
that has been laid down so deep within us.
God is in control.
God is in control.
We cannot change our existence.
We cannot change our existence.
We don't have the ability to manifest anything.
We do not have the ability to manifest anything.
Our souls did not design this existence.
Our souls did not design this existence.
And I'm at the mercy
I'm at the mercy
of the power
of the power
of the universe.
of the universe.
I cannot change anything.
I cannot change anything.
I'm so used to being controlled that it feels comfortable.
I'm so used to being controlled that it feels comfortable and safe.
And safe, yes. What else? My life is stagnant.
My life is stagnant.
It's going nowhere.
It's going nowhere.
It's miserable.
It's miserable.
I'm not enjoying this experience at all.
I'm not enjoying this experience at all.
I feel as if everything is against me.
I feel as if everything is against me.
I've made many bad decisions.
I've made many, 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 many bad decisions.
Many, many, many. I will not forgive myself.
I will not forgive myself
for those bad decisions.
For those bad decisions.
I do not see bad decisions as a learning curve.
I do not see bad decisions as a learning curve.
I feel like a failure.
I feel like a failure.
I have no self-esteem.
I have no self-esteem.
I'm stuck in confusion.
I am stuck in confusion.
I feel I am trapped.
I feel as though I'm trapped.
What else? This is all a simulation.
This is all a simulation. I don't have free will.
I have no free will. I have no control to change my life.
I have no control to change my life.
So I let everyone and everything control it for me.
So I let everything and everyone control it for me.
All right. Anything else? I feel like a fool. God, it's still coming in. I feel like a fool.
I feel like a fool.
I can't tell anyone what I'm doing.
I can't tell anybody what I'm doing.
This is asinine. Oh, gosh.
This is asinine.
People will think I am mentally unwell.
People will think that I'm mentally unwell.
And I will need a big sack of cash in order to convince them.
And I will need a big stack of cash in order to convince them.
Oh, Lord, that this is true.
That this is true.
Anything else? All right. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission,
Healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. And we're going to ask our spirit teams again to take all that negativity away from us, all of those blockages, all of that pain and suffering, all those negative emotions, heal it, take it into the spirit world, transmute it into white light positive energy. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Oh man, that was a big one. You know what happened during that tapping? The dark came into me and said, I hate you. And I was like, yeah, okay. Who cares? Oh, okay. So I'm gonna stop doing good work because you hate me. Whatever.
You're on the right path.
Okay. So what's
for letting us
left? I
know.
feel really good.
The dark has given you a sign that you're doing well.
Yeah, really. Feeling better, but not 100%. Yes, I feel like that too. Okay. It's about, anybody have any tightness in their throat? Feel like I'm lacking? Yes. Okay. Let me tune in. It's about, I'll never have my joy. I'll never feel joyful ever again. Like this life has taken such a toll. We'll never feel joy ever again. Does that make sense? Tightness in throat. Paul, let me tune into that. Yeah, again, that's joy. All right, this is where we're lacking. See, we all work together as a group and we can feel it, right? It's so good. It's so wonderful. That's what I love about the CTT. We all feel the same thing. Let me see what else. Anything else going on there? Anger that I have no control. Anger that I would design my life in this way. Woo, that just hit me. Okay, well, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
let go and heal.
let go and heal.
I will never be able to experience joy.
I will never be able to experience joy.
My life is just full of hardship.
My life is just full of hardships.
My happiness will never return.
My happiness will never return.
You felt that lift? There you go. Bingo. I'm angry about this situation.
I'm angry about this situation.
I'm sad.
I'm sad.
Life is supposed to be beautiful.
Life is supposed to be beautiful.
Instead, I feel like I've been through pure hell.
Instead, I feel like I've been through sheer hell.
Yeah. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission,
Healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. I'm asking the spirit teams to take away any remaining negatives that we are removing today, heal those negatives, take them into the spirit world, transmute it into white light karma, back into the universe. I'm grounding and protecting us all. Here we go. I'm wrapping tree roots around your ankles, pulling you down. Woo! Did you feel that? And then the white light coming over the top of us. to protect us. Now I'm going to instruct our DNA. Well, no, we'll do that on a separate tapping. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Okay, let's immediately go into the next round. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
optimum joy,
optimum joy,
optimum control,
optimum control,
optimum self power,
optimum self power,
optimum happiness,
optimum happiness,
and anything else that we need in a joyful way
and anything else that we need in a joyful way
to go back into our DNA
to go back into our DNA
and put our DNA back into place,
and put our DNA back into place,
lock it
lock it
so that these joyful feelings can no longer escape.
so these joyful feelings can no longer escape.
Ooh, did you feel that? I instantly feel happy. That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love,
Our mind, body, and spirits are receiving the love,
healing, information, permission,
healing, information, permission,
and deep relief and joy now.
and deep relief and joy now.
So let's all take a deep breath and feel that our happiness has been restored. Do you feel that? I feel it. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it, it is done.
So be it, it is done.
Ooh, yawning. Everybody feeling good. Everybody feel clear, happy, joyful.
I do.
It was weird, isn't it? We just said it. See how powerful words are. So we're tapping, we're sending those vibrations out into the universe. This is what we want, right? And we're restoring our happiness and our joy. And I instantly felt it. I think everybody else did too. It was like a wave that just came over us. Did you guys feel that?
Yeah, I felt that. I also felt like, fiber optic lights, how there's like a plastic sheath that connects and over the light. I got that too, so that our joy has been encapsulated so that it won't be, messed up or ruined. Moving on.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said, let's do a separate tapping, because I got the information. No, Liz, you gotta do it and lock it in there, right? Because even at a DNA level, we're like information superhighways. We're sending and receiving. This is supposed to happen to us, so let's draw this in. And so that's why I got the information through from spirit that, no, Liz, you've got to lock it. You got to put the white light back in, the joy, the happiness, the positive, all that stuff. And then you got to lock it in there, because you don't want it to be stolen from us again. Right. Now, big yawns, eyes wet, feeling the joy. Excellent. And I know it's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning for you, my dear girl. Feeling great. Ringing in the ears. Don't worry about that. That is just your brain rewiring. And you're also feeling top and back of head buzz. So that's where you needed to rewire. Your soul knows. Your soul knows what you need to do, right? The brain, it's the conscious mind is relatively dumb compared to the soul and the subconscious. So we try to solve problems. Oftentimes, especially when people come through for the CTT, they want to do certain things. And I'm like, okay, but your soul and your subconscious will know more than your conscious mind. So when you're trying to problem solve like deep rooted issues with your conscious mind, it rarely works. Similarly, when you're going to a therapist for 20 years, now I'm not saying quit your therapy. Okay, Liz is not saying that, but you're talking to the therapist, and you're working through your problems, but you're only scraping the surface, right? Because that's conscious mind healing. People that have done EMDR, and I don't know exactly how to do that, but it's something where you move your eyes and you follow this thing, and then you work on where it feels uncomfortable. Okay, again, you're just working on where it feels uncomfortable, but you're not going deep down into those deep rooted issues. And now, from doing the CTT, you've all been exposed to the fact that everything in this lifetime has been designed in a particular way due to all of our past lives that we've experienced. So you have to go much deeper. You have to go into the DNA. You have to go into the solar plexus. You have to remove from here, there, and everywhere. And then as you're feeling it coming out, you're feeling it going up the body, because it's coming from like the solar plexus, the soul, the subconscious, and then it's stuck in the chest and the throat. Why does it get stuck in the chest and the throat? Well, that's a good question. The reason being is you're going to have a level of resistance there, because you feel so comfortable. You've lived with this for many lifetimes, probably, and certainly a lot in this lifetime. So there's this level of resistance. Wait a minute, I don't want to let go. And so you have to tap out that resistance. Now, what I do is I tune in and I get what the last thing is, because some of you at that point were feeling tightness in your throat. And I'm saying, and the message I got was, well, wait a minute, this comfortable feeling, this comfortable negative that I'm used to living with, it's kind of joyful. So if you take it away from me, you're not restoring my joy. So that's why we had to fill back in with the joy. Um, Everybody feeling good? Everybody's good with that? Forehead buzzing, that's excellent. Crawling towards right eye, that's excellent. That's just rewiring. And also just remember your third eye, and if you have some abilities going on, or even if you don't, you will feel buzzing in your third eye after completing this. All right, so this is going to be very important for those of you that are new. Those of you that have been here for a while, you will realize this closing is extremely important. So once you have opened the tapping, you must close. So let's go ahead and close. All right, let's go. There's a part of all of us that knows how to
There's a part of all of us that knows how to
easily and joyfully manifest
easily and joyfully manifest
optimum guidance,
optimum guidance,
positive emotional fulfillment,
positive emotional fulfillment,
gratitude,
gratitude,
self-love,
self-love,
and any other positive thing that we need
and any other positive thing that we need
in all of those wonderful spaces
in all of those wonderful spaces
that we just opened up.
that we have just opened up.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
That part of our beings are willing to inform the rest of us now.
It's doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
It is doing so now with unlimited love, grace, and ease.
Our minds, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Our mind, bodies, and spirits are receiving the love.
Healing, information, permission,
Healing, information, permission,
and deep relief now.
and deep relief now.
So let's all take a deep breath. And we're going to thank our spiritual helpers at this point. Thank you. Sending them love, peace, and a joyous existence. All right. Repeat after me. Information transfer is now complete.
Information transfer is now complete.
So be it. It is done.
So be it. It is done.
Whew. Now we can get on with our week. We feel good. All right. We'll hold for questions. Ronan,
Thank
if you
you,
can
everybody.
stop the recording. Thank you.
Certainly. Everybody have a wonderful week, and we look forward again to seeing you next time. Thanks.